Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a black forest gateau. Let's begin. To start on the cake you'll want to grab yourself a mixing bowl, and into the mixing bowl place your butter and sugar, and then beat the two together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. It will be visibly noticeable as the mixture should become more of a pale yellow to a white colour. You will then want to go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. You will then want to go ahead and add in your eggs and vanilla one at a time, beating well in between each addition. This will help you not to scramble the mixture too easily. Again, if it does scramble, just add a small amount of the weighed out flour. You can then go ahead and give the bowl another good scraping down just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. Now you can go ahead and add in the dry ingredients, passing them through a sieve first just to remove any lumps that may be in the dry mixture, as cocoa powder and flour are both prolific for having lumps in. As you can tell, my flour is a little bit lumpy. I just pass that through with using a spatula to rub it through. Start the mixer on a low speed to start with so the flour and cocoa powder doesn't go everywhere. Once it starts to incorporate, you can then turn the speed up a little bit, and it may look like it's not going to be fully incorporated, but it does, don't worry. If you want to and your mixture needs it, add in a small amount of milk and just whisk it in until you have a smooth and glossy cake batter. Once you've got a smooth and glossy cake batter, you can then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down. This is just to incorporate any bits of flour or dry ingredient that hasn't been fully worked in from earlier on. You can either line your cakes into parchment or butter and flour them like I have, but you'll also then want to go ahead and fill them with the cake batter. Feel free to weigh all out equally, but I just eyeballed it and they all turned out roughly the same. Once you've filled your cake tins, you can then spread and level the cake mixture out just to ensure it's level. This will help with the baking process. So to start the assembly of the cake, you'll want to ensure the cake layers have been baked, cooled and levelled off. Then brush over generously with some simple syrup. So for the cream, you'll want to grab yourself a large mixing bowl and place in your double cream, icing sugar and vanilla, and just whisk it all together until it starts to hold its shape, being careful not to over or under whip it, as that will have a detrimental effect either way. Then you can go ahead and start to assemble the cake. So onto your plate, board or stand, place a small amount of cream just to secure the first layer of cake in place. Place your first layer of cake on and then just press it down to secure it in place. Then on top of the cake you'll want to add a good amount of cream and just spread and level that out until you have a pretty consistent layer. Don't forget to spoon on a generous amount of the cherry jam. Just spread that out, then place your second layer of cake on top and repeat the process as you've just done with the cream, the jam and sandwiching on the final layer of cake. You can then go ahead and start to apply the cream to the sides of the cake. Don't worry if it's not completely perfect, or you can, a bit of chocolate works its way through, as you'll be coating this in a dark chocolate anyway, so it won't be fully noticeable, but you do want to try and get it as perfect as possible. So spread and level it out as much as you need to. Try not to work it out too much, as cream can wilt and just turn nasty. Once you've got the cake smooth enough and you're happy with it, you can then start applying the chocolate to the sides of the cake. I'm just using some grated dark chocolate, but feel free to use whatever you like. You'll want to try and get a very good coverage on it, so you don't really see the cream, but you can still see it a little bit. Again, you'll know once it's ready once you're done. And then you can just take the remaining cream that you didn't use and just start to pipe rosettes on top of the cake. Again, this is completely optional, but it always adds that finishing flourish to the cake, which I like. And then really it's up to you whether you pipe a complete ring around the top or whether you pipe just a few. It's again completely optional and customizable for you and your celebration. But then on top of the rosette you'll want to place a cherry. You can use maraschino or whatever you can get your hands on. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again next week with some more recipes for you, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all my social medias, so don't forget to go and follow me over on them, as well as subscribing here on YouTube. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.